Welcome to Network Africa. Coming up on today's program, Kenya is in sober mood as it mourns the death of former First Lady Lucy KIBAKI. Meanwhile, death toll in the building collapse rises to 26. 93 people remain unaccounted for. Later, while various countries around the world pushed for press freedom on World Press Freedom Day, Egypt tightened its grip on the media. Hello everyone, I am Amarachi Ubani. It's been a week now since Kenya lost one of its most vibrant First Ladies in history. This morning, a Requiem Mass took place for the late Lucy KIBAKI, who died in London, where she was being treated for an undisclosed illness. Without surprise, dozens of leaders, including President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto, were in attendance. Interior Permanent Secretary Karanja Kabicho has also requested Kenyans don yellow ribbons in honor of her until she's buried on Saturday. President Kenyatta described her as a great leader who was committed to improving the lives of Kenyans. Back here in Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari says he's grateful to the Chad Basin Commission, the Joint Task Force and the G7 for the support they gave Nigeria in the fight against Boko Haram. The president was speaking at a joint press conference he held with the visiting Cameroonian President Paul Biya in Abuja. In a communique at the end of the meeting, the two presidents reaffirmed the continuous fight against Boko Haram until they are finally exterminated from the country. They appraised the success recorded so far and pledged their readiness to continue to work with each other in economic and infrastructural development. The joint communique was presented by the Foreign Affairs Ministers of Nigeria, Mr. Jeffrey Onyema, and his Cameroonian counterpart.
On the security aspect, I remain grateful to the Lake Chad Basin Commission because on my arrival, we found out some of the efforts made, and we built on it, especially the multinational joint task force. And certainly we have said enough about the performances of both our military, and we thank you. We thank other members of the multinational joint task force for occasionally coming into our own territory and securing it for us from Boko Haram terrorists. We have the single objective of securing our country and securing our region. And we also express our gratitude, rather privately, to G7, and we thank them for their foresight in inviting Nigerian government early enough to go and brief them on the activities of Boko Haram, as if they know they are going to hit in the heart of Europe.
Well, Kenya is not only mourning the death of its former First Lady, it's also mourning those killed in the building collapse that happened last Friday. Unfortunately, the death toll has climbed to 26 and 93 people remain unaccounted for. This latest development comes a day after a 6-month-old girl was rescued from the debris on Tuesday. Two brothers who were believed to be the owners of the building and 3 government officials were arraigned in court over the incident yesterday. Now, their bail application was heard earlier today. Well, the World Bank has committed the sum of $21 million as grants to Kaduna State to improve girl-child education. Now, that grant, which is provided under the Nigerian Partnership for Education project, is meant to support the education of children, especially those in rural areas.
Over the last decade, Nigeria's exponential growth in population has put immense pressure on the country's resources and on already overstretched public services and infrastructure. With children under 15 years of age accounting for about 45% of the country's population, the burden on education and other sectors has become overwhelming. According to a UNICEF report, 40% of Nigerian children aged 6 to 11 do not attend primary schools, with the northern region recording the lowest school attendance in the country, particularly girls. Despite a significant increase in net enrollment rates in recent years, it is estimated that about 4.7 million children of primary school age are still not in school. In the north, the gender gap remains particularly wide, with the ratio of girls to boys in school 1 girl to 2 boys. This worrisome statistics is why the World Bank is in Kaduna State to give a helping hand to the state government with a $21 million grant.
Our objective, which we call the project development objective, is to improve equitable access to quality education, in particular for girls. That whoever you are in Kaduna State, it doesn't matter your social background, your socio-economic, whether you are female, wherever you are, we want to work with this government to make sure you have access to education.
The education of girls must be given its rightful place if Nigeria intends to compete favorably and take its rightful place in the Committee of Nations.
Governor Nasiru El-Rufai is also concerned about the deplorable state of education in his state and the North in general. He highlights some intervention policies and programs aimed at revamping the sector and also commends the World Bank and other donor agencies for their financial support to the education sector.
I wish to reiterate that the Kaduna State government, under our watch, is irrevocably committed and determined to open the doors of learning to every child and will not shy away from the hard work of making our public schools places that can deliver quality education.
Financial contribution is made to indigent pupils and teachers. Apart from Kaduna, other states that are already benefiting from the World Bank grant include Katsina, Kano, Jigawa, and Sokoto. The project will last for 4 years and is expected to boost girl-child education in those states.
When we come back on Network Africa, tragedy in South Africa's 13 schools are torched in Limpopo. Please stay with us.